How's it, chums? Tony Hawk's Pro Skater needs no introduction. It's an amazing reimagining of those games in a way that you love to see it done. So many of those small details are still there. All these little dad jokes and graffiti, oiling the magic button, that kind of thing, it still exists in these game worlds with so much more detail added to it. COVID-19 has had a massive impact on our lives. The way that it's been worked into the game gives it a sense of brevity, and I still want to know what happened to all that stockpiled toilet paper. Neversoft's intros were such a staple of those original games, and it's carried through in this game, especially when you decide to delete one of your skaters. There's a little surprise for you waiting there. This little takeaway is named after the design director for Beanox. He's the guy who worked on Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remastered, Warzone, Black Ops 4, Amazing Spider-Man 2. This kind of thing is amazing, especially something like this. This gymnasium didn't have a name in the original game. It's a memorial to Matt Halsam. He was one of the 2D, 3D artists for Vicarious Visions. And then there's Jeff Grosso, the unofficial historian of skateboarding. He was always eager to share with younger skaters, and these billboards can be found throughout the game. But my absolute favorite is this. It's Mount Skatemore. It's the kind of thing that doesn't need to be included in the game, but it's there, and it's such a nice touch. The game is no stranger to pop culture references, and something like this, in a level where you do a gap like this, it's actually a reference to this episode of Futurama.
It's a genetic abnormality which resulted when you went back in time and performed certain actions which made you your own grandfather.
I did do the nasty and the pasty.
The movie references don't end there. This Dead Pine Mall sign might look kind of familiar, especially if you're a fan of Back to the Future. At some point, Marty hits a tree, and they change the name to the Lone Pine Mall. While there are plenty of movie references and pop culture icons, such a rich history that it has and such a massive library, especially when we look at how many of these games exist. Some of the best of these are Banjo Hero. It's an obvious reference to Guitar Hero, made by Neversoft. Then of course there's something like this. If you're a fan of Crash Bandicoot, you can't miss this. It's unmistakable. One of my favorite cameos in the game is Officer Dick. He's played by Jack Black, and he has a bio that reads, "As a youth, poor Richard Envy was deemed a poser by other skaters. Distraught and overtaken by the need for revenge, Dick vowed to someday become what those skaters feared most, the long arm of the law." It's Dick Envy. As a fan of the X-Files, completing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 gives you one of the best Easter eggs. All you have to do is complete all of the parks and you're given the Skate Heaven mission. Then all you have to do is collect these hidden plushies throughout the game and you're granted access to Roswell the Alien. These have been some of my favorite Easter eggs, and I know that I have missed a bucket load more. Please share with me in the comments what some of your favorite ones have been. Have fun, stay frosty.